Hi, folks. Father Joe O'Brien from St. Mary's Coxsackie and St. Patrick's in Ravenna. There's been so much news in the last few days about the diocese filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. I wanted to give you a little bit of information and a little bit of perspective as to what's going on. First of all, let me say that under, under the diocese's actions, it was done so the mission of the diocese will continue during the reorganization process. Chapter 11 is a legal process, and the mission of the diocese will continue. Your experience at St. Patrick's and St. Mary's will continue, both during the reorganization process and will continue afterwards. You may have read in the paper that some of the plaintiffs' attorneys have thought that if only the diocese would, say, sell some of their properties, sell their schools, sell their churches, there'd be more money for all the adjudication of the needs of the survivors. But that's not going to happen, because under Chapter 11, we know that the church has a right to exist and the mission of the diocese will continue. Folks, we'll be here for you now, we'll be here for you in the future. Going a little further on this, the diocese filed under Chapter 11, believing this is the best way to ensure that all the survivors of sexual abuse will receive some compensation for the truly horrible things that happened to them at the hands of priests and other employees. Folks, the diocese wanted to have the global mediation process. That's not going to happen. Instead, Chapter 11 now is the best path to follow so that some compensation can go to people in need. Now, Chapter 11 is a legal process and it will stop all legal actions right now. It gives the diocese time to develop a plan that will determine what assets should be available for the survivors and where do the proceeds of insurance come in. How does that add to the pool so that there will be some available funds to negotiate reasonable settlements with survivors, for the survivors of sexual abuse and for creditors. Folks, survivors of sexual abuse, they're our sisters and brothers. They're our neighbors. They're parts of our communities. We care for them. They're part of our diocesan family. We have a responsibility to them, in fact and in the heart. Now, who would have thought years ago that we'd be talking about things like this? How despicable abuse is, all the legal ramifications of it, the things we need to do to make things better, to offer some compensation for those who've been really grievously wounded. It's been a difficult time and a challenging time for those who suffered the abuse and for all of us who are part of the church too. Folks, a little bit of perspective. We're deep into Lent. Holy Week is coming soon. We remember the triumph Jesus experienced entering Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. Just a few days later, we celebrate Good Friday, when hardly anybody is standing with him and he experiences suffering and death. Folks, Jesus accepted that challenge. He embraced that challenge on our behalf. We know also Jesus emerged from this in that journey of life to death to new life. Folks, let's walk with Jesus to embrace this challenge, because we need to walk with our sisters and brothers who are survivors. We need to walk with one another who are feeling great pain and anxiety over all the church has gone through. What can we do together to be part of the healing? Folks, let's embrace this and find hope and find the journey to new life together. For more information on all that's going on with Chapter 11 and the Diocese of Albany, the bishop has made this website available where there's some videos, some copies of correspondence, and there's frequently asked questions and answers. Things to keep in mind. Folks, put this into your browser and you can check into this and find out more information. Folks, till next time, blessings, and we continue a journey together, a journey of hope and new life.